Okay, so now you can also be asked to find quartiles from a frequency table. So in this example, I am giving you a frequency table that shows one person scored between 51 and 60 on a test. Two people scored between 61 and 70 on a test. 8 people scored between 71 and 80 on a test, etc., etc. So they're asking you which interval contains the median. And this is where I was talking yesterday, how you have to practice finding the median, not by crossing out, but by sort of picturing the numbers lined up. So first thing you want to know is how many people took this test. When they ask you where's the median, or in the next question we're going to go over where's the first quartile, where's the upper quartile. If you're asked any of these questions, first thing you need to know is how many people are there on this list. So you add the frequencies to get the total frequency. In this case, we have 20 plus 12 is 32, plus 8 is 40, plus 3 more. We have 43 people who took this exam. So you have to imagine 43 people lined up in a row and say to yourself, okay, if I had to split them in half, how many people would be on each side? So if I split 43 equally, now it's an odd number, I'd have, oh, okay, that's very pretty. I'd have 21 people and 21 people on each side, and that would be 42 people. So then the middle person, there would be one person in the middle. So the middle person would be the 22nd person sitting in that line. So to get the median, I want to know where's the 22nd person. So what you do is you go to the frequency column and you add the frequencies until you find where the 22nd person is. And you can add the frequencies from either end. So if I start at the bottom end, 1 plus 2 is 3. That's 3 people. 3 plus 8, is 11. There's the first 11 people. And then 11 plus 20 is going to take me over 22. So the 22nd person is somewhere in this group of 20 people who scored between 81 and 90. So the interval that contains the median is 81 to 90. And you could get that same answer by adding the frequencies from the upper half. If you added from the upper half, which I'll do in yellow, if I add 12, these are the first 12 people, 12 plus 20 takes me past 22. So the 22nd person is again in this same group of 20 people who got between 81 and 90. Now in the next question, they're asking you which interval contains the first quartile. So the first quartile, remember, is the middle of the lower half. So you're looking, where is the person who is in the middle of the lower half of the 21 people? So you say to yourself, well, if I split 21 people up into half and half, how many would I have on each side? Well, I would have 10 plus 10 is 20, and then I'd have one in the middle. So I'd have 10 people on one side, 10 people on the other, and there'd be one in the middle. So the middle person is the 11th person. If these people are all lined up, is the 11th person coming in from the lowest end. So I go to the lowest end of the frequencies and I find where's the 11th person. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. The 11th person is in this group of 8 people. It's the last person in this group who scored between 71 and 80. That's the interval that contains the first quartile. The next question asks you which interval contains the upper quartile. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but the upper quartile is the third quartile. So, and the first quartile could have been also called the lower quartile. So you've got quartile 1 is the lower quartile, quartile 2 is the median, and quartile 3 is the upper quartile. So they're asking you, where's the upper quartile? The upper quartile, remember, is the middle of the upper half. So if you have, just to kind of not right on top of this, if you have 43 people, there's 21 people on the left side, 21 people on the right side, there's one guy in the middle, that's the median, the 22nd person. The third quartile is the guy who's in the middle of the upper half. So if you're counting in from the top end, it's going to be, if you split this up, it'd be 10 people on this side and 10 people on this side. It would be the 11th person coming in from the top end, from the highest end. If you wanted to do it from the bottom end, you would have to count up to there's 21 people, 22 people, and then you'd have to add 11 to that. So it would be the 33rd person. That's a little harder. So it's easier to go in from the top and go to the middle person from the top, the 11th person. So if you go to the frequency table, I'm going to erase what I wrote before. Oh, this eraser's not working. I don't know why. I can't get my eraser to work. Hold on. Okay. So if I go in now to the frequency table and I go to the top end, so I'm going to the highest end here, and I count into the 11th person, well, there are 12 people right here. So the 11th person is somewhere in this group. The 11th person from the top end, the third quartile, is going to be a person who scored from 91 to 100. Okay, you have a couple of these to do tonight to practice and the answer key. Feel free to email me with any questions that you might have. All right, thanks. Bye. Have a good day.